Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Wednesday night, 27th of October. These are the charts of the day. Starting off with Anadigix, A-N-A-D. You'll see that the stock, which, by the way, was highlighted yesterday because of the potential breakout, exploded today for 55 cents, or almost 9%. 3.5 million shares traded. That's the biggest volume in the last month. And clean breakout occurred. Looks like the stock is headed for 7.5, my short-term target. But beyond that, we may see the stock move as high as the $9 range. Broadcom. Very significant price volume surge and technical breakout today on 39 million shares. Even for Broadcom, that's extremely heavy volume. And the heaviest volume that I can see here in 2.5 years. So significant day, price volume surge wise. Took out lateral price resistance here. And spiked all the way up to close just 4 cents off the high for the day, up 435, or almost 12%. As I said, 39 million shares. Now it closed right at price resistance from the lateral from the highs going back. Let's see how far back that goes. This is the 07 high. So there's resistance up here from that high. There's also top of the channel resistance, and we'll see if it can break through this level. If it does, I'm looking for something around 44.45. Bsdm had a significant price volume surge in August, pulled back, kept stair-stepping higher, reached resistance at 4 3/4 and backed off. As you can see, over the last 3 weeks, formed a nice declining channel, held the channel bottom near the moving averages, and then broke out yesterday with the price volume surge, and today gapped up and popped 82 cents, or 21% on 3.7 million shares. Looking like it wants to reach near the top of the channel up around the 5.5 range. That could occur as early as tomorrow, but going forward, I'm looking for something around 6. Compelling Technologies, CML. A clean breakout occurred after yesterday's big pop. Today, a big price volume surge based on a strong earnings report and upgrades. The stock then surged 629 to close at 25.99, up 32% on 6.7 million shares. That's the heaviest volume we've seen on Compellant since its IPO back in 07. So a significant day. It took out the January high, and at this point looks like it could reach the $30 level on a short-term basis. Next up is Ebix, EBIX. You'll see that a significant price volume surge occurred today, breaking it out of the apex of this 4-week coil. It looks to me like we're going to head higher and maybe reach that $28 target I had set up a while ago, but a secondary target now in the low 30s for Ebix. Up next is, hang on just a second, is LLNW and Limelight Networks, which yesterday a couple days ago, broke out of this key 4-week consolidation range with a pop, pulled back slightly yesterday, and then today snapped back 33 cents to close up nearly 5% on 1.8 million shares. But with new highs in on-balance volume and money stream, the technicals look terrific, and I think the stock makes it to the $8 level. Secondary target up around 9 for LLNW. Molycorp, MLY, is next. That jumped 338 on 9.3 million shares. And after this breakout occurred and some heavy volume on the downside last week, the stock managed to hold lateral price support and moving average support, and popped yesterday, followed through today with another 338, up almost 10% today. But the volume was extremely heavy, the heaviest volume since July, and it looks to me like it's headed right now into the mid-40s, our next trading target for LLNW. Excuse me, for MCP Corp, Molycorp. Mercury, MRCY, let's get to that. There you go. It had a price volume surge today that jumped to $1.50, or 10.5%. Today was 374,000 shares, the heaviest volume in about almost a year. And you can see that the entire trading range of 2010 was taken out with one fell swoop today. And as a result, it reached a significant area of resistance going back the last 4 years and closed right there. So it moved through this zone, gets us up to the high teens at some point, but we'll set a short-term trading target around 17.5 in that zone there. Secondary target around 19.5, 20. Netgear popped today, broke above a key resistance consolidation range, surged on 2 million shares, up 3.5 points, up 12.2%, and I think the stock now has room to run. Short-term target at 35, secondary target at 39 for Netgear going forward. Quantum Corp, QTM, has been in a beautiful rising channel, rising pattern for the last more than 2 months, 2.5 months, and it's taken it more than tripling it from 111 up to 320, or just about tripling it. Anyway, we reached today a key resistance zone at the top of that zone on 16.2 million shares. Now, checking back even for Quantum, that's the heaviest volume at least for the last several years. There's a key lateral price resistance zone in here that if taken out could lead to much higher levels, but caution is the word of the day since it's right at a multi-month and even multi-year resistance level for Quantum. If it does break through, look for a move to 4 and then 5. Rare Element, REE, which has been in a power move for the last 3-4 months, having seen the stock move from just above $1 to $13.70 about last week. Now that we had a big hit down to the downside, which held support. And then we rallied back for 4 days. Today up $1.48 or 13%. 9.4 million shares traded. That's the heaviest volume in the last 4 sessions. It looks like we may see a quick follow through and a retest of at least the 1370 range. That's the prior high. If it gets through that, looking at 16.5, 17 for the trading target on REE. RIT Technologies, RITT, had a significant price volume surge that saw the stock move from $1.25 to $5.75. Literally in a couple of days. It then backed off, consolidated, and today popped another $1.27, 29%, almost a million shares, 909,000, excuse me. Traded the technical surge. The stock looks like it's going to test a 6.5 range, my secondary target, and we'll put a third level target at around 7.5. Silicon Image, SIMG, had a significant price volume surge today that broke it out across the top of its channel that's been in place for the last year and out of a lateral price consolidation for the last 4 weeks. The stock had a big gap on a strong earnings report, jumped $1.60 or 35%, backed off the highs but closed up significantly higher, obviously, and then closed above the top of the channel. So that indicates to me a sizable price volume surge thrust and breakaway gap that could lead to higher levels. Let's call it short-term target at 7.5 and a longer-term target about 8.5. Up next, we have Triquint, TQNT, Triquint Semiconductor, which had been in a nice basing pattern here, kind of a head and shoulders bottom, exploded in September, platformed or consolidated in a flag type pattern for the last 4 weeks. Today, popped 47 cents, volume surged to the biggest level in 2.5 weeks at 8.3 million, and the stock went across key lateral price resistance. And at this point, looks like it may have more upside into the $12 range, our short-term trading target. Tower Stream, TWER, exploded in September, had a beautiful flag after that tested and held support near the breakout point and the moving averages. It then popped 2 weeks ago, pulled back, consolidated, formed like a right-handed extended V, minor cup and handle pattern, and then popped for 32 cents today. 11%, 586,000 shares. Looks like it's headed towards the 3 3/4 range. That's our short-term trading target, and beyond that, something around 5 may be doable. VOCS, monster day for that one. 22.25 up 367, 19.75%, almost 20% gain on 835,000 shares. And looking back, as far as I can see, that's the heaviest volume in a year and a half for VOCS. Breaking out of a 2-year base, taking out 2 layers of resistance, or at least closing right at that second layer. And if it does follow through here, short-term trading target 26. And that's it for the night. Have a good evening. Talk to you tomorrow.